What is up, you guys? It's Margot. I am here today with a very exciting video. If you guys are going to college either this year or next year, or maybe you're transferring schools, maybe you're going to boarding school, I just have some advice that I want to share with you guys. I've done my research, and by research I mean learning from my own mistakes, learning from my friends' mistakes, and actually talking to my friends, getting their advice of what they would want to share with you guys, and also looking online to see if there was anything that I missed that I thought could be helpful. I am going to be a junior at Syracuse University, so I can say that I'm pretty seasoned at college. I'm so sad that I'm going to be halfway through my college career. That makes me want... I actually did start crying last night talking to somebody about that. So I'm very passionate about school. I have a bunch of college videos if you want to check them out. But without further ado, I'm going to get into it because I have so many things I want to share with you guys. I have the list on my phone and I just want to show you guys this super fast. I've talked about this in a few of my videos. I also have a college essentials videos that talks more about products that I really like. But this, I have to emphasize, it's a card holder. In college, you're probably going to have a card to swipe into different buildings or for tests or whatever it may be. Obviously, every college is different, but this has come in handy. Also, something that's really important and not a lot of people think about is when you go out to bars or parties or just like events or whatever it may be, especially for like tailgate, you may not want to bring a bag. I have all my stuff in here that I could possibly need, which also means I have to be super careful with my phone. I have a credit card, my ID, Metro card, debit card, like this is important. Next thing. Okay, you should tie your key around your wrist. A lot of people ask how I did this. I don't know if I put this in a video or not, but I'm just gonna put it here. Basically, it just makes it really easy because for my school and for a bunch of my friends' schools also, the room key to your actual dorm or to your apartment or something is a physical key. It's not a swipe card. So it's obnoxious to have it on a keychain or in your backpack or some places that you forget it. So if you just keep your key on your wrist, it's super easy and it's always there. It isn't the most gorgeous look and you probably will end up with a green wrist, but hey, probably half the school have a green wrist from their keys on their wrists too. Next college hacky type thing is how I hang up my tapestries. So typically I take a Velcro command strip and I'll take one side, cut it in half, and stick those two together. I stick one side to a clothespin and the other side to the wall, so the clothespin is really what's holding up your tapestry. It's worked for me before and I actually really like the look of it. You can't pin things into the wall in dorms. Use a planner. Planners are the best things ever. I have mine from school actually right here. Coincidence. I use this thing like a Bible. You can see on the month views I would put my big things like when I would have different exams or when I would be leaving school or when different events were. And then I would use the weekly view and just put when everything was due. The way that I used it is I would highlight the things that were due that day just so I could look at my planner and see everything that I really had to focus on, and then I would just kind of make mini to-do lists. Something else I might as well just talk about now is syllabus week, and when you get your syllabus. And what is a syllabus? Basically, it is the outline of a class set that the professor will give you at the beginning of the year. Use this, keep it, don't just throw it away, and pay attention when they're actually talking about it. The second you get your syllabus, this is a task for you guys. I want you guys to go into your planner and write down when everything is due in both the month views and the weeks, just because the professors probably aren't going to tell you when things are coming up. I've had so many classes when the professors will just say, by the way guys, your midterm is next week, and half the kids just had no idea. So if you write it down and you can see that it's coming, you're going to be a lot more prepared. My next tip is to get a backpack with organizing abilities. So I'm going to use my dear friend Danielle Carolyn's backpack as an example. She just sent me this and it's her merch, but it's not like obnoxious merch. It's actually really, really cute, really good quality. And what I mean by organizing qualities is there are a lot of backpacks out there that are just kind of more fashionable, or they just have a brand name on it, whatever, and you open it up and it's literally just like there's no places to organize your stuff. You just throw everything in. Although you might think those are cute, they're not good in the long run because there will be plenty of times where you just need to grab your laptop or grab pens or pencils, whatever. I've had classes where the professors will come in, start the class by saying, take out a notebook and a pen, and for the next 10 minutes write down XYZ, whatever. And there are kids that are struggling to find stuff. They have to ask their friends to have stuff. So if you have a backpack that has places to organize stuff, you're always going to know if you're stocked up. It'll be really easy to see if you have pens and pencils, whatever, and you don't have to rummage through your bag at the beginning of every class. Guys, I'm sitting on my legs and the back of my knees are like wet. I'm sweating so much. Sorry if that's TMI. Okay, now I'm going to give you guys a tip for going out. Go to school with shoes that you don't mind if they get ruined. And when I say ruined, you guys have no idea what your shoes are about to endure. Floors of bars and frats and tailgate areas and just everything is disgusting. We like to call the floors of frats frat sludge. It's literally just all the mixtures of liquids and gross dirt and just stuff you don't even want to think about are on that floor. I've literally come home from frat parties with like jelly on my shoes and I have no idea how it got there. I remember I brought my Adidas for going out and I also brought just booties that I got online for not too expensive. Also, every school is different in terms of how casual or formal you dress up when you go out. Obviously, it's up to you. Sometimes I would go out super casual in like black jeans, Adidas, and a tube top, but you can also dress it up. So just a warning, the shoes that you wear out are gonna end up being disgusting. Okay, we're gonna go back to talking about school a little bit more. You guys might think, oh, I'm at school, I don't have to pay attention to current events. That's in the past. I had to focus on that in high school and now I can just do my own thing. No, listen to current events, stay updated. I promise you, you're starting to become an adult. You're gonna have adult conversations with professors or your classmates. You don't want to sound stupid and unaware. Two easy ways to stay updated with that is one, if you prefer reading a physical material, you'll probably have newspapers all around your campus. Take advantage of those. You can also get a subscription to a magazine called The Week. I love The Week. I get it at home. I don't get it at school. But it's really just succinct articles about what's going on all around the world and it makes it kind of entertaining to read. But if you prefer digital news, one, you can use the news app on your phone, or two, again, for more succinct information, I really like the Skim. It's basically an email subscription that comes every day and it just has a few bullet points of what's going on around the world and things that you should know about. This really came in handy for me my freshman year because I had a class that every week we had a current events quiz and I was terrible at it. But if it weren't for the Skim, it would have been a lot worse. I think I ended up getting like 60s on every quiz in that class. Go to class. I know I've talked about this on my channel before, but it's so stupid to miss class. I pretty much go to every single one of my classes unless like it's really impossible for me to go. First of all, your classes are hella expensive. You're paying for college, even if you're there on a scholarship. College is worth a lot of money, so why would you be skipping those classes? Also, you're just gonna fall really far behind. You never know what professors are talking about the day that you're missing class, and final exams are no joke and you don't know what's gonna be on them most of the time. So just stay up to date, go to class, write the notes down. It's gonna take 3 times as long to find someone who has the notes, rewrite it on your own time. Trust me, I've tried to do that in the past. Just go to class. Next advice for school related stuff is if your professor gives you an opportunity to do extra credit, take the opportunity and do it. I swear there have been so many times that even if I think the extra credit is like 0.1 points, it will bring my grade up from a B+ to an A-. And most of the time it's because the professors see that you're putting in effort. College is different than high school in terms of the way that the professors grade is pretty much up to them. They can say that it's 40% tests and 20% participation, whatever, but if they think that you're not putting any effort in, your grade is going to reflect that. On the other hand, if they see that you're doing extra credit, they see that you're asking them for help when you need help and just actually putting effort into their class, they're going to give you a good grade, sometimes regardless of if you've done poorly on some exams. Speaking of professors, one tool that I've found to be actually so helpful is Rate My Professors. So you're gonna come to a point probably second semester when you get to choose your own schedule more. It can be very confusing at first. Don't be afraid to go to advisors and ask older kids for help making your schedules. I know at Syracuse it took me so long to actually understand it. When you're selecting classes, if you go to a big enough school, Syracuse I would definitely say is a big school, you're gonna have multiple options for professors for the same course. So before I choose my courses, I go and rate my professor and I look at the ratings of the teachers, because your professor is really going to make a difference on how much you get out of the class, or how much you like the class, or how you're graded and how your GPA ends up. Do your research before finding a professor. Textbooks can be so ridiculously expensive, like $300 or $400 in your school bookstore. So do your research before you buy textbooks. A lot of times I found textbooks online on Amazon or something that you can rent and send back by the end of the year, and that's like a quarter of the price. There's also different textbooks websites. I know that Chegg is one. I've never ordered from them, but I've heard that they're pretty good. Just do your research before you buy textbooks, because there's probably cheaper alternatives than the ones that are at your bookstore. Okay, this one is important, and I should have listened to this advice when I heard it freshman year. Do not snack like a hoarder. My mindset freshman year was that I was like in hibernation mode or something, or I don't know what was going through my head. Every time I saw snacks or candy or like something that I could eat, I would scarf it down and eat all of it. And I definitely gained weight freshman year because of all the snacking. Snacking is totally fine in moderation, and if you're being smart about it, like if you're going to class and you think you're gonna get hungry, or in between lunch and dinner you have a healthy snack, don't be like me and if you see a snack you just like chomp it down. You're always gonna have the dining hall to go to. Don't do late night snacking. I can do a whole video on like the freshman 15 gaining weight, because I definitely have learned from that. So let me know if you want me to do like a staying healthy in college video, but just take my advice and do not snack like a hoarder. Speaking of food and being smart about food, before you even get to college, figure out how much money you have actually to spend and try to budget that out. You're gonna be spending money on mostly drinks and food, I would say, when you're in college. I know that you have the dining hall, but I definitely want to go off campus and splurge on food a little bit. Just be smart about it, because there are so many people that just run out of money, or they just have to stop going out with people because they didn't figure out how much money they had. I think another good piece of advice on that topic is, if you can get a job on campus, do it. That's so awesome. It's so nice having an income and not having to worry about money, or not having to worry about asking your parents for money. Reach out to your local restaurants or salons or boutiques. Ask if they need someone to run their social media. That's what I do. It's kind of like a side job that I do, and I love doing it. It also connects me with the community a lot more. I've gotten so many contacts and I've networked just from doing that. So make money, budget your money, and just be smart. You have to start understanding what it's like to live by yourself, which can be definitely hard with money at first. Frackets. What are frackets? Frackets are the most important thing in the winter. It's basically, so frackets stand for frat jackets, and it's basically crappy old jackets or sweaters or something that you can get at thrift stores or around your house. If you just have like bad, gross stuff, just bring those to school, or go to your local thrift store at school and buy these. The whole idea with frackets is that in the winter, when you go out, you're not going to want to bring like a nice jacket when you go out. You just bring one of these frackets and you throw it when you get to the party, because you're not going to want to walk around your campus in a tube top when it's 15 degrees outside. Did that freshman year. You're probably going to end up losing them or misplacing them or taking someone else's. Like, some of my friends have walked into my room wearing my frackets, and I'm like, that looks familiar. And I hate to say it, but if someone does steal your fracket, you just end up stealing another one. It's just how the whole world of frackets works. Also, don't bring nice jackets out if you're gonna take it off. There was this Facebook post in our, oh my god, Syracuse, like, class of 2020. Somebody goes, I brought my Canada Goose out, which is like $800, $900. And I lost it, and my passport was in the pocket. I was like, girlfriend, why are you bringing that jacket out? Next, you're gonna hate me for saying this, but make a schedule for laundry. Doing laundry honestly sucks in college. Usually it's in the basement. It takes a day of like having to remember to go down and do it, and folding your laundry and putting it away. I get it, it's no fun, but it also will pile up. My best advice for you is to just set a day to do your laundry every week. So typically for the past 2 years, my laundry day has been Friday. By having a schedule, you know that it's gonna get done. It sucks to do it, but also make a schedule for your sheets. A lot of people forget to wash their sheets, which is gross. I would usually do it every 2 weeks, so I just bring it down with the rest of my laundry, change my sheets, you know, the whole ordeal. My final advice for incoming freshmen or whoever it may be is to get out of the bubble of your campus. I remember feeling so trapped and homesick my first like 2 or 3 weeks of college, and I didn't understand why. And when I got out of the bubble of our campus and I went downtown and I got lunch with friends off campus and I just got out of the whole bubble of school, I immediately felt better. It's so easy to stay on campus because there's seriously everything you need to live on the campus. But for you to just get out of campus and have your own life for like 2 hours, I swear you'll feel so fresh and so rejuvenated. You're not alone if you feel homesick. I hope that you guys found this video helpful. I'm so excited for you guys if you guys are going to college. If you are, let me know where you're going. Also, if you have been to college and you have more tips or any comments on anything that I said, feel free to leave it in the comments or any questions, and I'll be happy to answer them. Love you guys so much. I hope you have the best day ever, and I can't wait to hear about your college experiences. Mwah!